By the blessing of the icons and their emissaries, we found the child.
But brought something else to light.
There's a darkness coming.
In the shadows are old enemies.
And new allies.
What will survive in the dawn?
Of the last Cyclade.
And then I didn't.
Hello, folks. Welcome to twitch.tv/Garback Games. Yay! We're here to play some Coriolis.
Yay!
Off air, we were designing disgusting Musaa Kula products. It was great.
I mean, designing is a very strong word there.
I mean, we named at least one alternative to aubergine flavored cola. So I think we should all have a very serious think about our life choices. But yeah,
Funny.
yeah, very, very. Yeah, I'm never gonna buy anything if we ever get to the third horizon. I'm never gonna eat. I'm gonna become one of them aesthetics that just lives off air. That's it. I'm gonna meditate. Tasty, tasty air that has no.
I'm sure there are some products that aren't awful somewhere in the horizon.
Yeah,
I mean,
the fancy posh restaurants.
We've also designed like cheese espresso.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd necessarily trust any of the baked goods, since you never know when an ex-military specialist has kicked them all over the bakery.
Or indeed smashed someone to death with the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was product testing.
Product testing, yeah. For all these minor references and more, please check out all the previous episodes of our Coriolis Mercy the Icons campaign. Available now on Twitch and podcast. Which I uploaded more to today and realised we've been playing this campaign for 30 plus sessions.
Wow.
Which is, yeah, like I should get one of those maths calculators out and work out how many hours that is. How many hours?
60?
Maybe more.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we used to play it for 3 hours, didn't we? We used to
Oh.
start
Yeah,
doing
long
it.
sessions.
I mean, it's
wow.
lots many.
Lots many, yeah.
Yeah.
More than
It's
10.
days, like full days worth of.
Role playing. That's great.
Yeah.
I've got a cold, folks. How are you, Pete?
Good. I'm freshly shorn. So I'm happy up top. That's good. And looking forward to some more serious, in-depth role playing tonight. Yeah.
Totes.
I assume you've got a second stream on your phone. You're watching that for the series and role playing.
And Yusuf's mind powers, mystic
Oh, yeah,
powers
we
are
leveled up last
growing.
time.
So I'm going to take mind reader because all of my going into minds and sharing things, I thought it's a natural evolution. But I have two options for my other advance. One is to be really boring and put it in a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Ranged combat.
Pew pew.
Yeah. The other option is to take talisman maker
Oh.
because I've been playing with all these talismans.
Yeah. You've got a
Like-
few now, haven't you?
So I could make talismans that give you a +1 to one skill test. So you just get, it's like luck.
It's
You know,
like
it gives you a
bless,
little bonus.
isn't it, basically?
It's like you basically bless
Yeah.
it. It takes D6 hours and a chapel.
I mean, you have a
I
chapel
have a
on your ship.
chapel on the ship.
Yeah, but I was going to say, basically that means between things, I can kind of bless some
And make some
talismans.
All right. A
I
little
don't
bit of
know. I
heresy.
think-
Let's go.
Yeah.
Is there
Because we haven't done
heresy?
anything heretical up until
Well, there might be machine god talismans.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That's definitely not going to
I don't know.
To bite
I
you
think
in the
that-
soul.
I just saw that and I literally just opened the book and it landed on it. And I thought, oh, that's telling me something. And I've been messing around with them, you know, and exploring that a bit. So I might take that if that's okay.
Yeah, of course it's okay.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Those are my advances. Then.
Graham, did are you all right? I mean, I've seen you all day, sweetheart, so I kind of know. But, you know, you should tell the people at home.
Sure. I mean, work is really stressful this week, so I'm pretty tired, but I'm looking forward to relaxing and playing some Coriolis. And for Silsilla, I've sort of decided that perhaps his past is murkier than he's been letting on. After like the one-shot death to I think the Dar and the Prophet.
Yeah.
Perhaps that isn't an accident, and he's actually a little bit more on the wet work side than he implied just flying the bus. So I take him point blank, which I believe helps me shoot better.
Yeah.
I took that last week, and I can't remember what it says now, but I'm pretty sure it's about shooting people slightly better.
Pretty sure it's like no penalties when you're in close combat and stuff.
And I've decided that I'm going to take melee combat for the other one because I've got that sword now.
At the
I
Dars.
sheathed it in my own blood, so I'm going to use it.
I mean, it doesn't need a sheath. It's a Mercurian blade. It needs a battery.
I misunderstood how to use it at first. I've been practicing.
Okay. Find it.
Yes.
There. Oh no, I nearly found it somewhere in there.
Okay,
There we go,
no,
there's
it's
the book.
cool.
And Ben,
Hello, that is
how
me.
you doing?
I live.
Live. You're alive. Ah. Good. I'm glad you live and continue to live.
Yep. And yeah, that's very excited about that third book.
Yeah, that
I was reading some of your gubbins on it and looking at the synopsis when Free League emailed it to me and went, "Hey, we've got a book coming out." I was like, "I can't read your book for Free League because Millie's going to run it."
Yeah. Book 3.
And how can I become president of the Third Horizon if I've already read the book?
Yeah, that would be cheating. That would be cheating.
Point blank is an extra 6 if you're shooting at close range.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
An extra 6, so you're extra lethal at short range.
So to clarify, the second I said becoming president of the Third Horizon, Graham immediately looked up how to assassinate me.
I am on a little bit of an anti-government tilt, to be honest with you. It's,
fuck the man.
Me too. That's why I intend to take it over.
Oh, that's probably quite confusing for Silsila. I'm just going to shoot a random person instead, you know.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Perhaps a short list could be.
I mean, he's not a subtle guy, so... or maybe he is. Maybe he's just pretending to be brash so that he can get away with things.
Fair.
But let's see. If there's a lot more murder, then perhaps he is slightly darker. If not, perhaps it's simply a lucky accident. And I'm just going to wave a cool sword around and think I'm Zorro.
Like it's like a back to front Z for Silsila.
Well, no, I'd have like the S and then the Z.
Oh, Silsila's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there, and how is Shanaz? What did we settle on for her?
We settled on faction standing courtesans because of the little guild thing that she's trying to set up amongst all of the courtesans to create a new power block.
Excellent. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we finished last session leaving Dabaran quite quickly. Like, Shanaz, get up here now. Kind of stop dancing around. Moment. Leaving Dabaran. And we wanted to set off for a place where we could do some swimming, do some relaxing, and
All capybaras.
Just capybaras.
purchase maybe a capybara or two, and relax for a little while.
Yeah, a couple of days off.
Evarana.
Yeah, a bit of R&R.
Need
Riser.
to show these boys how to
Yeah.
actually relax because I don't think they know how.
The Coriolis equivalent of Riser. Okay. I get you.
I actually don't know how to relax, so yeah, that would be useful.
Poor Yusuf.
I mean,
Do you think I get holidays on Algol?
yeah, like Silsila's idea. I was like, I think I'll just drop everybody off and then go and just fly the ship around in space excessively fast.
Oh, so this is the episode where you take up space racing with another culture, and then Yusuf is left somewhere else to
goes on a fishing
form a
quest.
Professor Y's Academy for the Gifted Youngsters. And Shanaz, I can't think of another trope to steal from sci-fi, so I'm sorry.
Professor Y is a really muscly dude.
Also, some kind of centaur.
Yeah.
No, don't get Pete started on centaurs. He's probably got some coconuts there, you know.
Don't tempt me.
Tempt me, Frodo. So the best place you've kind of come up with is actually somewhere that's not too far from Coriolis. It's a moon called Caladuria, and the things they say. Actually, there's a poet who said it. He was called the poet from the Baron. He wrote a letter back to his patron prince on Debaran that said, "See Caladrina and then die happy." And his patron prince was so offended that he found somewhere more beautiful and more palatable than Debaran. He cut him off and forbid him from returning to Debaran. That's how good it's a place worth losing a patron for. Living in exile.
So out of touch with the real world and what people actually have to go through on the day to day. Oh, yeah. Bloody Debaran.
Yeah. So yeah, this poet was forced to live in exile from Debaran and his patron because he said how nice this moon was.
Or was he right?
Well, it's like it.
He had a thing for mushrooms.
No idea where he.
So the moon Caladurina, Duria, sorry, Duriha, Caladuria, 2 words. It has on it not real. Well, yeah, it's kind of got sort of like a space station. What are they? I want to call it
Like a Dyson sphere thing?
No, not a Dyson sphere. You know, the root and things in Wayland.
Space elevator.
Space elevator. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just describing a thing from Netrunner
yes.
to try and.
Yeah.
So they have a space elevator that goes up to a space station, and then a load of locations across the surface of the moon. The moon itself isn't very hospitable, and it orbits a planet called Lubao, and it's not so far. Lubao. It's not so far from Coriolis that it is more than maybe a few days. You don't need a portal to kind of get there, but it's also far enough away to not be within the jurisdiction of Coriolis, to an icon, and you know the monolith and Sky City and that. And as such, it has a lot of corporate locations, a lot of research stations, massive hospitality kind of trade, big kind of spas and luxury kind of places. And it's also known as one of the most surveilled places in the horizon. But ironically, that also means it's one of the most private places in the horizon because the people who operate the station do not allow you to bring in extra kind of equipment to film on. Like a lot of the media for it is done on the top of the space elevator rather down in the station. They don't want people filming their setup kind of thing. So while it's most surveilled, it's also quite private. Shanaz might also know it for there are a lot of biosculpting happens here. Some of the most
slander.
Yeah, no, you mentioned it. Ben mentioned it last week. Shanaz doesn't have to say she knows.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
but, you know, it's not really slanderous because it's true.
Yeah. So that yeah, there's a few reasons why it might be known for. Also, there's a lot of like luxury trade that kind of goes through here. So Yusuf might know it through like, obviously when there's luxury trade, there's also smuggling and underhanded kind of trade that comes along with it because well, rich folks want things that rich folks aren't supposed to get, that sort of stuff. And there's also like a side order of probably slavery and that kind of stuff that comes with these locations, as is wont in the Third Horizon.
Free the slaves. Let's go.
Viva la Revolution. But yeah,
Seriously, just one weekend off.
Don't bring us to like a slaver's dive if we're supposed to relax.
I'm not bringing you to the slaves.
You brought me
No.
And still is not a
to the
fan
dodgy
either.
tax haven.
We'll free the slaves on Monday, okay?
Fine.
I'm going to put a calendar appointment in for that though.
ping goes out across the ship. But yeah, so it's far enough away from Coriolis to be just outside the jurisdiction, but close enough to still be like a good trade, or a good sort of like, let's go on holiday for the weekend sort of thing for those who live at the top of the spire.
Weekend spa break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Exactly what we're looking for.
So we head out towards there. It takes us a little while. On the way, do we stop off at any of the, or are we just going to make the portal jumps to kind of head back? Because it is almost back around at the beginning, rather than at the bottom of the Debaran circle where we ended last week.
I think we're just heading back, aren't we? We're not.
Yeah,
doing
I thought we
anything-
were kind of hand waving the whole spa weekend thing away and going, yes, we had a lovely spa weekend adventure.
I don't think we get to hand wave it away, Ben.
No, looks like we're going to have a spa weekend. Cool.
Sorry, I've got a cough.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Arrive back with like 17 capybaras and an enormous hot tub.
No,
Which
no.
Adia and Kirsch would then argue about constantly.
Shenanigans can happen in a spa. You wanted a spa, I'm giving you a spa.
We will happily take
we
the
will
spa
have the
shenanigans.
All right, so we get to Caladuria, and they scan like your registry. They ask a bunch of questions. How do you approach like getting there? Because if they think you're not rich enough to afford the spa, they will shunt you to like a docking space.
So there's an easy way around that, isn't there?
We accidentally show Shanaz in the background.
Look at my face. We are rich enough for the spa.
Well, that's the question. Does Shanaz like make it known that she is arriving and this is happening, or do we arrive low key and quiet?
No, we'll. I was planning on kind of just sort of going in, but you're not making a big deal out of it, but not being subtle about it either, making it look like we are literally going on holiday.
Okay.
But this is who I am.
I tweet a picture of her looking at a map with the name of the system on it.
And just like a
And
very
say-
jeweled finger, a hand pointing at a screen of the map. Like it's obviously Shanaz's hand, but it's like subtle enough to not quite.
I might pick up one of their brochures from a previous year and hold it next to my face in the video call. I just like,
Okay.
I'm in the background wearing a Chanel's t-shirt.
Yeah. Adi and Kirsch have spent like the past 3 weeks wearing different like Shanaz, Shaniz,
My favorite is Shabazz.
Shabazz,
I like.
Zanash, all kinds of stuff.
Maybe
I only go
Shanaz
by
with a lightning
Shabazz when
bolt
I'm
like
going to launch
Shazam.
my
Yeah,
rap career.
yeah.
They've got all these knockoff shirts. Kirsch thinks they're all legit. Kirsch doesn't get it. Kirsch is genuinely being supportive and excited that Shanaz has all the merch. Everybody else is being mean.
And I will sign all of Kirsch's shirts whenever they ask.
But yeah, okay. So we announce it. They realize that there is actually somebody credible on board. Someone with a high enough culture to be here. And they give you like a docking down on the moon rather than like a sort of away kind of port. You can dock. There is a private sort of pad for you to land in. They ask if you want it, like the moon is not necessarily, doesn't have like a breathable atmo for folks. some of the humanites might be able to breathe out there. I think there are a couple of folks who are designed to work in that kind of place. But Yusuf, it's like similar style to Algol. You sort of land in, and there will be a docking and a dome and that kind of stuff. They ask if Shanaz wants like the private dock that will lead directly into the back of a suite kind of thing, or do you want like a public dock where you will come in through the main thoroughfare and you'll be greeted by a concierge and all that kind of stuff?
No, that's fine. We don't need sort of any particularly special treatment. We can go through the front desk.
Sure.
I'm not here on like an assignation or a private meeting or anything. It's own time, so
Okay.
got to treat my boys.
Treat your crew. All right, so we land in the main dock. You're assigned a space. Vehicles come to move you from like this huge parking place for ships, and sort of ferry.
And I guess one of the other criteria we'd have been looking for as well would be that they wouldn't be like horribly dismissive of Adir and Kirsch as well.
I mean, they're not going to be horribly dismissive. They're just going to assume they're part of your like staff, if you will. They're like
Menagerie.
might raise an eyebrow at it, and there will probably be a few comments of how you're traveling with something of a menagerie, especially if Kirsch is around, and that kind of
And
thing.
Yusuf.
And Yusuf, yeah. But they'll just sort of like leave you to it if.
Yeah, I will go full Karen if anybody's mean to any of my people.
You get the general kind of feeling, or you would maybe know, like money buys a lot of silence,
It's
and
just
especially,
a quirk, isn't it?
especially in this place, which is almost like an away from the media circus of going anywhere else.
Is this like Monaco?
Yeah, a kind of thing. So you land. A vehicle comes to take you to the main sort of grand kind of entrance. You're giving everybody the whole sort of experience, and in numerous kind of fonts and designs above like this main kind of entrance is welcome. And it's nothing so gauche as to have it projected. It's literally gold inlaid into the marble, and it's different locals, different words, different scripts and stuff for welcome. And then on the bottom of the floor in like Zeni, which is basically common kind of thing, walk over it, is this beautiful script of welcome kind of thing. So it's just like, I guess to Yusuf, this is like opulence beyond opulence. This is like if you chipped a bit of this out, you could probably free a couple of thousand slaves.
People looking at me are probably thinking, oh, look, he really loves staring at those beautiful things. But there is rage and hatred inside me as I'm walking through thinking, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
I had to breathe through a tube for 3 weeks one time, and they have gold inlaid.
There is a long kind of walk, and along the center of it is like almost like a travelator for those who cannot be bothered to walk, or it's too extensive an effort. There is like a travelator. It's got full Vegas vibes in some kind of areas, and there is there's no sign or sight of like projection screens or tabula or anything like that. The art here is the real deal. Somebody has come and carved reliefs. Somebody has spent hours like inlaying intricate mosaic designs that seamlessly sort of turn from floor to wall to curved ceiling. And if we did have somebody to guide us in, they would be talking about how it's all done by hand. There was no 3D replicators for this kind of stuff. No printing. This was all inlaid. Actual work was done. Physical labor kind of thing.
That'd be the other reason why we wouldn't want the person walking us in, just in case they get punched by our resident. What's the word?
Plebeians. The word is
Unius.
plebeians.
Yusuf.
We are resident plebeians.
A resident Yusuf.
Yeah. I think even Silsilla would be a
Agitator.
bit like, this is a bit over the top because.
Oh no, this is absolutely over the top. This is utterly ridiculous.
I love the carving stuff. That's beautiful. I wonder how much they paid that poor person.
You mean paid for that poor person?
Yeah, that poor person's probably chopping onions right now.
But in a craftsman way.
Yeah.
Or
Um,
worse,
Those are
lemons.
artisanal onions.
Artisanal.
Artisanal onions, yeah. As you're sort of heading in, you can see that there are people sort of congregating in different places, talking and chatting. Some of them have like, and it's obvious, it's like corporate rep style clothes for a number of science companies, biotech companies, research companies and such around. Where are we? Up, scroll up. Oh no, my PDF is frozen. As we sort of make our way further towards the center, and it kind of leads us into this main hub area. There is a beautiful fountain. The sound of water just pitched at the right level to mask conversations. Like if you are just that little bit far away, you won't quite be able to make out exactly what's being said. Obviously, Yusuf's got alternative methods for finding that out. But, on the whole, nobody can hear Adia being like, this must have cost billions. Kesha's like, is this real? Is everywhere like this, Shanaz? I've not seen places like this before. What?
No, most places are not like this.
This makes Coriolis look shit. And Coriolis is quite grand and sexy.
Mm.
It makes Coriolis look shit. Up above is like this beautiful panoramic dome that you can see like this strange sort of green atmosphere that lingers quite low but then opens out to the stars, and you can see the space elevator up above kind of anchored there, and it looks magnificent. One might almost wonder whether they are trying to recreate like the spire kind of feel from Coriolis. But yeah, it does look beautiful with this rolling kind of greenish atmosphere and the stars above. As you walk around, it's clear somebody is looking for you, because one of the staff come over and they greet you. Welcome, Shanaz. We have a room already laid out for you. We remembered your rider from last time. I trust nothing has changed. And he gestures like, who looks the most sort of formal out of Silsilla, Yusuf, Adia and Kirsch? Who looks the most kind of like formal?
I think it's me by default because I'm wearing a pilot suit. Like no one else wears any sort of uniform. I can't even imagine. Like Kirsch is still carrying half the engine with him, or yeah, with possibly it's Adia's.
Adia's them, Kirsch is she.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah. But yeah, Kirsch is carrying half the engine, and imagine that Adia and Yusuf are trying to like just cover their faces and I don't know, tune everybody out.
I mean, Adia decided to
I'm
wear
wrong
a
and you're
polo
wearing
neck.
your butler's outfit, Yusuf, then by all means speak up.
But yeah, he for a moment wavers with this tabula to offer it to someone, looks to Shanaz for guidance, and then looks back
I'll
at you.
take it.
You take it off him. Okay.
I'll take the tabula. Yeah.
He's a bit surprised by this. He was expecting one of your flunkies to take it.
No, this is a private visit.
But yeah, it's just a list of like fruits and dietary requirements and like that kind of what your
Sexual preferences, all that
say,
stuff.
yeah,
your macro preferences, how much carbs and protein and fats and stuff you need to that kind of stuff, and that the strange sort of things that the weird social
Just tick all the boxes. It's
Yeah.
more fun that way.
Kind of say, if we were in charge of like all the meat, all the fat.
Yeah, Kish is like, let me pick tea. Pork chops. 50 pork chops.
Covered in
Additional
butter.
requirements: whole capybara.
Roasted.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's fairly like, you know, he is a moment taken back, and is obviously, after he recomposes himself, he's like, we have a number of availabilities in the spa for treatment. If you need, we have a couple of tailors on site if you need any medical procedures, cosmetic or not. We have physicians, Medicurge available, surgeons who are willing to meet with you at your residence, or go to them, your preference. Anything you need here, you need but ask.
Lovely, thank you. If you could just show us to our suite, that would be fine.
Yeah, and he just leads you off. You get on a not a golf cart, but, you know, space golf cart, and it wheels you off down a corridor that comes off this central spoke. Again, it's a bit like an aquarium kind of feel to it. Everywhere has the top sort of covered with a glass. You can see the currents of the atmosphere sort of swirling around, and eventually you get to what is essentially your own suite at the end of a mini spoke. Like, if you imagine it sort of spreads out, and then each little arm has a bunch of sub-arms, and then you get to the end of that. Each one of those arms, those sub-arms, is for somebody all in themselves. Like, again, Adia, like, sidles up to Yusuf, and she's like, we could... This is just for us? There's 10 rooms here.
It's disgusting.
What?
But enjoy it while we're here.
Yeah.
You won't get many opportunities to be in a place like this.
Kirsch is like looking under beds and stuff. Why can you keep things here? Why is
There are
this...
no capybaras in the suite, Kirsch. They're not hiding. We haven't set them loose yet.
Oh, okay. Do they have some?
I'll just gesture
You know-
at the opulence, like, where else would have capybaras?
I misheard that, and I thought you asked if the capybaras were handsome.
Obviously, I
Yeah,
like handsome
by default.
capybara.
I know.
Have
Like,
you
The
not-
best looking
Kirsch pulls out
capybaras.
some printouts that they've got off Capybara Tube to begin educating Cecilia
Capybara tube.
how handsome capybara are. Look at this one; it's on the.
These are
copy hat.
Waitrose level capybaras. We're not on
Oh,
the Morrison's
No,
capybaras.
Morrison capybaras, okay, cool. And yeah, the suite is beautiful. Has more rooms than you could probably need. It centers again around a small fountain, throw cushions, tables, that kind of stuff. You have your own staff member who will, you know, be here if you want them to, or not if you don't. They are but a call away.
Can we give this guy a break while we're here? I'll say to Shanaz.
let's send him for a treatment.
Well, yeah, we can absolutely do that, but we also need to just,
Light duties.
yeah, absolutely. I know I can
Lots of
be
breaks.
challenging at times.
I don't mean you, Shanaz. I mean,
But-
working here in the face of all of this must be pretty
Absolutely.
hard for these people.
I'm sure it is.
I know
And-
you people need these places.
There's reasonings behind all of this. Don't worry.
It's a class-based division there. I'm stating
Yeah,
nothing
Yusuf's-
else.
Yusuf's decided which side of the capitalism line he's on.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he has, to be fair. I think the life has decided that for you.
He's saying that as he's eating some grapes and sipping some Bugs Fizz.
With your feet up on the chaise long, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
like, I don't know whether Shanaz's tastes or stuff have changed in like the past, what would it be, year and a bit, like since she sort of, it was before the Cyclade and that kind of stuff, so it must have been a good year and a bit. There was probably still an emissary on Coriolis last time you were here, kind of thing, but it is all very much like, unless you tell me different, Dabaran, like,
A lot of Shanaz's riders and tastes and things are very much filtered through the lens of who she's on appointment to at the time. So there's a certain baseline level that is just, basic Shanaz.
Mm-hmm.
And then a whole bunch of stuff that gets added depending on what.
Is that like
client
basic
can afford.
bitch?
Basic
yeah.
Shanaz. There's a t-shirt back on the shirt on the ship with that, and she's holding like a hot drink. Basic Shanaz. But yeah, it is all like the sort of food that's on there is all from back home, and it's all fresh. Like some of these things, like Shanaz will know, only can grow in certain environments, and that kind of stuff. And these are all here and fresh. So it like as Yusuf's eating it, or Adia, or the other folks, you're like, the shipping costs, like the transport, the courier fees, they must be using like the fastest of transport ships to bring it here. Because obviously, even with stasis, that would degrade, and the finest of noble palates could tell, kind of thing.
They've even got the latest Musaa Kula. A
No.
new.
Not on my rider, they haven't.
No, they don't.
I'm going to order some from the guy.
Yeah. Somebody go to Coriolis quick. We've got a weirdo on board.
They said anything
They did. Oh, they'll have some. I'm sure they'll have some.
Yeah, probably.
Just-
in the
But
servants'
they'll be a little
quarters.
bit confused as to how they're going to keep that away from
Where
me
did this
whilst
come
also
from?
giving it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It'll
would
just come
be
in a can that doesn't say aubergine front.
like, I would wonder whether, because obviously Musaa Corp do nefarious science experiments. Like, do they have a rep in a science lab here on the station? Probably.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Make like the Mutacola.
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 Yeah.
Cool.
If there's a Musaa Kula rep, then we'll just have to knock together like an ID for Yusuf that makes it look like he's someone worth giving free Musaa Kula to, and he can go and have as much as he likes
you
off
know-
the rep.
Do you know
That's all
what
they'd
it
give us on
needs?
alcohol. I can't. I'm like hooked. I can't.
Shameless product placement. He's a Musaa Kula street team shirt.
Oh yeah.
Like the kind you can get from Redbubble.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
If you check the merch channel on the Discord, you might better find it.
All right, no, we can't keep doing this. That's just too much.
Yeah, no. Although I've got a horrible cold from the day job, so if everybody wants to support Goblag out their ears and I never have to go near the public again, I'd love it. Thanks. Yeah, anyway, back to the Third Horizon.
Thanks.
Slightly dipping into real word, Yusuf.
We now return.
Yeah. But yeah, there's anything you need, but it strikes it definitely strikes maybe Yusuf and folks how they must be just clicking through Burr to bring fresh lychees from Debaran and that kind of stuff.
Oh, it probably cost more than the rest of the crew have earned in the year just for us to walk down the corridor to get to our room.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Wear and tear on the goal, Joe.
I mean, I expect Shanaz's IP arguments with a lot of retailers on Debaran is going to pay for this trip. Yeah.
That's what IP lawyers are for.
Yeah. But yeah, your staff member here asks like for a little bit of an itinerary or a little bit of a plan, makes suggestions, explains or not explains, but highlights some of the new things that might not have been here when Shanaz was last in. Asks if they should let anybody know you're here. Like, do you want to be have appointments made, and so on and so forth. So, which is the GM's asking, like, what do you want to do here? Is there anything you want to get up to?
I want to kind of book all of the staff some nice appropriate treatments that would suit them, that they will enjoy without murdering anyone. So probably nothing involving the touching of feet for Kirsch. But, plenty of saunas for Yusuf, and the game suite for Silsila, the pool for Adia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about Kirsch entirely, but I'm sure that Shanaz is probably better at planning that kind of thing than I
I
am.
mean, Kirsch is a Skavara of simple pleasures.
Yeah, I mean, a capybara and a broken engine, and you're good.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Like that relaxing episode of.
That was my worst fear.
Yeah.
I'm Carol in this picture, aren't I?
They
Trying to make everybody else relax, and they just want to fix the engines.
just want to do that. But okay, so an itinerary is put together.
Yeah. I mean, I partly want to sit down and do some reading, but I will also book in a slot in my itinerary to have a little courtesan meeting session, to probably at ridiculously stupid hour when the courtesans are awake, but the clients aren't. So it'll be like 3 o'clock in the morning when they're getting up to do their makeup. We can, girls' night in this bar, do your makeup that way. I'm going to have a little hang out with the other courtesans while we're there. Any business any of the rest of them want me to arrange for them to get done. If there's any specialist medical personnel they need to see, Yusuf. I know you've been having those headaches.
Yusuf was getting a little bit confused at the moment. They thought there was some sort of propositioning going on.
No, there's also a cosmetician that we could talk to about having your tattoos edited if you
I'm
like.
fine. I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Just letting you know it remains an option.
Is there a mud bath?
Absolutely.
Can I ride the elevator?
Yes.
Cool.
No, I want you to be able to relax. And then I will send the staff member away and say, but, that's not the only reason we're here. Yes, we're here to relax. We've just done a horrible job that was very dangerous and quite traumatic, and we all need a minute or two just to settle down. But it also looks like the horizon is going to hell, basically. Things are going very, very badly. And this is somewhere I know that we could talk without being followed, spied on, attacked, suspected. As long as we don't cause trouble here won't cause trouble for us. We don't want trouble here.
The spa, the resort, is famous also, as well as being very surveilled. Like, you aren't allowed to bring weapons off your ship, and the guards, who aren't really guards, they're just like burlier attendants. Those who enforce, if there are troubles, are famed for knowing like hand-to-hand combat over like weapon-based combat kind of thing.
Bless their little hearts.
So
Good effort.
They don't have weapons.
Venusian karate.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff. So there are no weapons. It is a relatively safe place.
You have one job while we're here, and that is to try and to relax.
How do I separate the elevator from the asteroid?
Please don't do that.
Yeah, she's like, oh, well, with this kind of thing, there will be a plot. And over in the corner, there's like...
That's not
I'll
relaxing.
put my arm around Kirsch and say,
But
let's go and have a chat.
Please don't
there will be a
sabotage the
number of
space
anchor
elevator.
points. We must find these. They're normally drilled right into the rock. Kind of thing. Because Kirsch has obviously digested space elevator maintenance on the way down.
Just want to watch it wrap round the moon. That's all.
Okay. Cool. So we set up all this days. The staff member from the spa, from the resort, provides you an itinerary, flings it all to your local, like your tabulas kind of thing on the local network.
But as I promised these two as well, I will also ask the staff member to book in for themselves for some of the treatments so they can give some honest feedback on what they're like.
I mean, the staff member is like, oh, of course, yeah, I can prove it's not lethal or not contaminated or not substandard for you. Yes, of course, I'll take. Yeah, would you like me to also eat some of the meals with you? Like if you die, I die, kind of
No, I
conversation.
think you might be missing the point. I also want you to be able to feel like you can relax. Don't panic.
And they look a little bit confused, but also like, yeah, sure, absolutely. You like.
I'm not expecting
I'll
to
relax
die.
whenever you tell me to relax.
Yeah, I'm relaxed now. Is that what you want?
If
No
people
camera
ask after
hovering,
me,
huh?
I don't mind them hearing that I'm here. I'm not actively seeking employment right now.
Excellent.
Should anything come up, feel free to relay it to me. But I'm not actively looking for anything. We are just here to relax for a few days.
And relax you shall. So we have the last question they want to know is, do you want to eat in your residence, or do you want to go and eat in the restaurants? That's the only other thing they want to know. Do you want to be seen in public, or do you want everything done kind of?
Much as I'd like to eat in public, I think probably best that we eat in the residence more often.
Yeah, it's just
because
a
I
case
don't
of whether
want
the
people
chefs
to
come
be.
in or you go out.
Yeah, I just don't want them to be mean to my people.
Okay.
And I know the staff won't, but the other guests might.
Does
We
Yusuf
can
want to
handle
go
it.
on like people glare? Like people watching, but with a bit more menace.
Not sure. I can handle myself. I'm a big boy.
Please don't rob, kill, or eat anyone at the
Excuse me.
hotel during
No,
our
no.
stay.
It might be interesting to go to a restaurant and just see the people
The
you
reaction.
never see.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, that
Like,
could be
I
fascinating.
wonder for them, it might be quite not in a like celebrity way, but in a like if the floor is like that, what are the people like? Who is here?
That's not a bad shout.
That is very true. Very well.
Any opportunities?
We will go for dinner, all
Well,
of us.
Yeah, like Silsila would. I guess he would sort of see this as Shinaz's place and like not going to spoil it so you can't come back or anything. While at the same
Don't worry, I
time,
think Millie's going to take care of that.
I'm going to put my clean overalls on.
Oh, bless you.
Nice.
No, I've got a thing that I wear when we're out and about. It's still not great, but it's like the nicest bit of clothing that I own.
your
I probably
finest
robbed
robbing
from someone.
clothes,
Yeah.
just like a super.
Yeah, in
And
fairness,
I've got
if
the
it's a
Shabazz
spa,
t-shirt on underneath.
if it's a spa, they've probably got like all the dressing gowns and like cotton or linen trousers that you could ever want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Like,
I'm in pretty good shape. Can I walk around with just linen trousers on?
if you want.
Although no, then you see all my bad tattoos. I'll cover it up. That'd be a bit.
Somebody could help make the bad tattoos look cool if you want.
No,
I offered.
I know.
no.
All right, so we set up this itinerary of everything. We plan a meal out. We do that kind of stuff. We get mud baths, and there is like much to Adia's delight, like deep water therapy where you can do like diving bell stuff, and they're like, no, I don't want the diving. Get your equipment off me and just I'm going to sit at the bottom of this pool. It's like half a mile deep kind of thing. Leave me alone. Going underwater, kind of thing. And so for a day or so, like we have a montage of like Silsila gambling, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess adrenaline is his relaxation.
Like gambling or
Amounts of money that I've never actually owned as well.
yeah, doing. They'll probably have like some sort of assault course style kind of things where you can leap and jump and do stuff, but it's also really safe and the best physicians are on hand. So if you should accidentally scar your face, nobody would ever know, sort of thing.
Mutilating all the high scores on the arcade games.
Yeah, all
So
that
that
kind
no
of
one
stuff.
will ever be able to topple you.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what he would do. Actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even the like Akiri's castle thing as well, just to improve each time.
And then there is this similar sort of stuff for Shanaz, massages, hair treatments, manicures, pedicures, skin exfoliation, tan, that kind of stuff. Yusuf gets a mud bath, and whatever else he fancies. Kirsch tries all kinds of different foods, like literally plays like roulette with meals and is just trying everything. She's loving it. Bringing weird, like, oh no, not with courgette, but bring extra bacon. Yes, good. That kind of stuff. Eating everything, and doesn't even like dissemble anything. On the second day, there is a visitor, and there's possibly a moment when Shanaz, maybe, obviously it wouldn't show in her face because she's so composed and brilliant about it, but they actually want Silsila, the mill. It is a biosculptor from the organization Nagina's Biosculptors. And they want to, if possible, furthering their research, take a sample of Silsila Zamil's DNA. They bring a gift of
How?
You know those things they kill cows with?
Yeah. No, so there is this, and he's wearing like medical robes that almost have this reverence and styling that are similar to a priest's vestments kind of thing, but they've definitely got like a medical kind of level to them. And he brings a gift of what would he bring? Probably some very nice tobacco and like drinks and like foodstuffs, consumables, that kind of stuff. And he arrives at your residence when you are probably there, and the staff member is like, "You have a visitor, Mr. Zamil. Are you in?"
Sure.
They lead you out to the side of the fountain. This person is stood there with the gift. They nod at you, and obviously wait for you to either sit or stand, whatever your preference is. Whether you call anybody else out for the meeting as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I have no idea who this is, and this definitely isn't my territory. Who else is in, though, I suppose, is the question.
I mean,
Do you
It
want...
turns up around mealtime. It could be any of us.
yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we all go then? Like, this is, like, I'm not anyone you would know was here, I don't think, to be honest with you. I suspect the Colonial Ranger hackles are raised a bit. Like, why? How does somebody know I'm here or recognize my name?
So everybody kind of comes out. You all take a seat on these cushions. They sit down, and they lean forward to introduce themselves. My name is Chief Scientist Axum here on the resort. I am part of an organization you may or may not have heard of, Nangia's Biosculptors. We have been researching for generations the perfect DNA.
Immediately relaxes.
The perfect genetic line. We understand it was recently discovered that you were one of the families from the Zenith.
Oh, right, there's a plot.
We have no record of your line, of your family in our archives. We wish to take a sample and complete this part of our research so that we can see how your DNA fits and brings us closer to the enlightenment of the sample.
I like sort of sideways look at Shanaz to say. I mean, I don't think Silsila, like, if they just showed up and said, "Hey, we think you're really good at flying or very pretty. Can we have some samples?" I'd be like, "Sure, no worries." From my butt, But like the whole Zenithian thing, he obviously knows his bollocks. But on the other hand, who's going to tell Captain?
But they don't necessarily, do they?
Well, I mean, even if they think.
Well, why would they turn up and ask him?
Yeah, like Captain What's His Face presumably has just made it so. To borrow a phrase. Sure, why not?
And they're about to be like, we can reassure you that the sampling is very painless. We can do it, and they're almost like, well, I have gifts for you here. We can send some scientists down to collect the sample here from you in your residence, or you may visit us at our thing. Should I speak? And they gesture towards like the staff member. Should I do the mundane stuff with them? Or, do you want to pick a time and...
You can leave the remuneration with them, yes.
The gift is like... you require further remuneration?
I'm sorry, I thought there was a standard fee for contributing to such a worthwhile... surely you're heavily funded by major organizations if you're a chief scientist of Nangia's biosculptors here on, and I'll look around at the gold encrusted world that we're standing in.
Well, obviously we have commercial facilities here.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of biosculpting. We could look
highly lucrative business, isn't it?
We could look at some, but we have for our more spiritual pursuits of the genetic line research, we don't typically pay. It's a spiritual endeavor to enlighten ourselves. The architecture of perfection is inherent within many DNA lines, and to find that singular perfection will bring
How
us
did
that
you
much...
come by the knowledge of Mr. Zamil's ancestry?
Well, it has been updated, and
it was on TV.
Yeah,
there is that.
We learned to.
How did you know he was here?
At the start of the year, when the Zenithian, at the party, and we learned that he was here. We have had, we always try to make ourselves aware of the families who have been rediscovered. When your registry was put into the resorts, we did not mean to infringe upon your privacy. We can, if you are, nobody will...
I only ask because we're on a private recreational visit. That's all.
And the like staff member is like, you said it was okay if people, that you can instantly see their face like, oh...
I'll look at him and just like give him a little side wink, like
oh no, I'm gonna get sacked. That kind of sort of face.
I imagine
doing the thing to the guy.
Of course, if you wish, I could.
I'm gonna read his mind.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully we've put him enough off balance now that
it's only surface thoughts. I can't dig into memories or anything like that.
All right.
But hopefully, if there's anything dodgy going on, it's like, don't talk about the big thing that's going on in my brain.
I'm going to cut that stupid dick's head off.
Yeah.
All right, make your...
Is it going to be apparent that Yusuf is doing that?
No. This is
a shame.
I've developed my powers.
We need to develop a sign where you're going to tell us that you're going to do it, and then we can help.
I might say, I need to go for a long wee.
No. As was established on the Baron.
I have to be in close range.
Yeah, that you're literally sat in a little...
No, I know, but I can't like move to the next room and do it. So I have to be in the room.
Okay. You used to close your eyes and almost fade out.
I used to roll my eyes back. Yeah.
But
I might just
put your hand on the whole face and just stand there for a minute.
Yeah.
No one will know.
Remember. No, I am gonna look at Shanaz for slightly too long, like eye contact, and then back at the guy. I have no idea whether that will, but just look at her and then look at the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally coded for picking up subtle signals. And
Sure,
that was
sure.
one.
All right, yeah, make your roll.
And I will say to him as soon as Yusuf looks at the guy, what is it you really want here?
Oh, 2 successes.
All right, so as Shanaz talks about, what is it you really want here, the sort of stuff that Yusuf kind of picks up of is to rule out this obvious non-Zenithian from the list. This is a ridiculous errand that I'm spending thousands of burr on. There's no way this person could be part of the perfect genetic line. This is almost an insult to my and like it is to almost their religion. Like they're
Sure.
searching out like the perfect human kind of thing.
A Kwisatz Haderach.
Yeah, they're searching out for a quiz.
Yeah. We're definitely going to get some money out of him then.
And obviously what he says, Shanaz, is, well, all knowledge leads us to a path of perfection. We must make sure we include all elements. And it's a very practiced line. Like, these guys are looking for the perfect genetics line, which obviously they frequently have, like, are you eugenicists? Are you trying to eradicate everything from, that kind of stuff? And it's a very practiced corporate line of to include everything, because perfection is not an exclusion, it's an include, and that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, in their head, they're pretty much like, I want to rule this out. I'm going to take these genetic samples and go bonk in the bin. The other side of their sort of brainwave.
May we discuss this amongst ourselves? Call on us again in the morning, and we'll have an answer for you then.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll give him a cheery thumbs up.
To which, like, Yusuf can pick up as like, oh, for goodness sake, hurry up! It's not a big deal. That kind of. It's very like counter to the pleasant and wonderful face of that kind of stuff. Another day, I have to come back, sort of thing. Don't they know I'm running experiments? That kind of stuff. Not a problem. We will, at your leisure, take some time to think of it. Please enjoy the gifts, regardless of your answer. I will leave my details with your staff member, and call me at your leisure. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for your time. And they specifically like to Silsila, thank you so much for your time and your consideration.
I'd be like, no worries, sounds ace, but I'll talk about it with my friends.
Yeah, and they leave, and you can hear them walking along the corridor, and there must be like some sort of a notification or proximity thing on the residence tabula or kind of thing that says they are like out of audible range, kind of. It's the sort of place that would have that sort of monitoring in.
I moonwalk backwards to
the staff guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can we?
I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. We're giving him a hard time on purpose. Don't worry about it.
No. This isn't you making a mistake. You did exactly the right thing. Yeah. We're giving him a hard time because it's strange. Politics. You know how these things are.
We need to have a private conversation. Would you mind? And I need some brandy.
Yes. From any particular culture?
Just the nearest one you have to hand. I need something strong. I need something strong.
One away from where we are now. If you could,
I need a drink right now.
Well, there's one over there. We can go and get.
Okay, I'm going to go over and get a drink because I'm like,
get a bottle of something from the furthest away bar from where we are now. That would be great. Take your time. It's not a rush.
Okay, absolutely. You don't want me to get one of the?
No.
Go. Don't worry.
You just go and grab a bottle of.
We trust
nice you from very far away.
All right, and they're like, okay, and they leave, and walk off.
I'm gonna kind of slightly dazed stumble over to not stumble, but like.
I'll get you a drink from the mini.
And I'll just like down like a brandy or whiskey or something strong and warming.
I really hope it's like Chambord comes in that hand grenade.
We really need to work on a better signal for doing that.
No, look, that was stiff. That was different from before. These things are developing. It's interesting but worrying all at the same time. I could
Your powers are
hear.
growing.
I could hear their thoughts. Not just see what they were seeing, but hear their thoughts.
Are you sure you don't want to see a doctor?
Why? What do you mean? It's just a bit overwhelming.
They say the mystic condition is a disease in some places.
Of course they do. They're scared. It's a conspiracy. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Another time.
Look, they want to prove that Silsila's. No. They want to prove you're not Zenithian.
Oh.
They are like crazy people who want to find the pure line, and they seem to know that you weren't.
I mean, that is true. To be fair, that guy just.
Yeah, sure, but do we want that to happen?
No, I mean, I can't let old Captain what's his face down.
Exactly. Captain what's his face.
That's an easy fix. That can be resolved very simply. Do you want me to take care of it? I can make it go away.
I
was going to say we burn the lab down, but you've probably got a better plan.
my way doesn't burn the lab down.
That's a great idea.
Let's keep that as plan
Cash walks out
X.
with a Molotov.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine now. No.
Is that one of the Debaran cushion covers? Did you just turn a Debaran cushion cover and a bottle of Algol brandy into a Molotov? Oh.
Is Kirsch's surname MacGyver?
Does Kirsch have a mullet?
Like head to toe, because that's Skavaran. Sorry.
Pity the human.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail that. Kirsch does not have a Molotov.
She does now, and the mullet.
Up to you, Silsila. We can make it go away.
Yeah, no, I think that would be good. That would be good because I don't.
And they'll go away happy knowing that it's fake.
Yeah, that's cool. I know I'm not a Zenithian. I don't have any particular claims to that, but that guy did say it on TV. So if it turns out that I'm not, that's probably quite bad for him. And I know
you don't want to do that, do you? Also, it's like it's a pass. You know, you're getting. You can use that, right?
Maybe. I'm not sure I'd know how to.
I know, but at some point, it come as an advantage. We need to use everything we can against them.
In fairness, I'd rather they didn't have access to a sample of your tissue as well, just in case we're making some powerful friends and powerful enemies
as well. Yes.
And they're biosculptors. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with biosculpting.
I know, but giving them your DNA to biosculptors, I don't know. It's just kind of like, you know.
Sometimes these things are necessary for one's own development.
No, I get that. No, I'm not talking about people who have biosculpting. I just think it's like, let's give my DNA unknowingly to the big lab thing. You know, it's like, okay. They could breed a group of super pilots who are dashingly handsome.
You may be getting a little carried away and relying on
evidence. He's my boss. He's my boss.
That idea, that sounds kind of cool.
Have you seen Rimmerworld?
We can make that go away. But that does bring up another interesting question. If they can get the idea that you're here, I wonder if there's anyone here that we could find out about.
I'm sure if you ask the right people.
I mean, you could trade that favor. Like, I need to know if whatever you need to know and expose the truth of my heritage.
True.
Quid pro quo.
I don't know that he's the person to ask for that. I think that would be better going through the guest registry. All right, I'll sort that. Why don't the two of you get our butler, concierge, maid, help meet outrageously drunk on that bottle of brandy?
Yeah, I mean, what did they actually give us as a gift?
There is some fancy alcohol, there's some fancy tobacco, and some fancy sweet.
Okay, I don't. What's easy? Just give it to add your own curse if they want it, or just chuck it to the the very nervous person that we made nervous.
Well, we've sent him off to get a bottle of brandy. If you get him a little bit drunk and make friends, can you do that?
Yeah, I think so. You would have to not be here though.
That's what I'm thinking.
never
I'm going to
gonna
go
relax
away
around
and
you.
Yeah.
and expose you outrageously for the sickening fraud that you are, so that you
I
can
probably can't even fly anything.
get our friend outrageously drunk and then see if you can find out any gossip, dirt.
Sure.
And then when I talk to the courtesans in the morning, I'll see what I can find out from them. But we are supposed to be relaxing.
This
I
is
mean,
fun.
shenanigans is relaxing.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Shenanigans.
everything shenanigans. Yeah.
In fairness, you're
could
right.
Could
was
I
getting a bit
use
bored.
the talent "A Friend in Every Port" to
Mhm.
like one of the worker people, like one of the concierge type people, is someone associated to my past, or I know, somehow.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what
Did
happens
that
if
add
you
a-
use it.
I didn't know. No, I was asking
okay,
the
sorry.
question. I haven't.
Yes, of course you can.
I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah, you can. Well, yeah. What is the? Let's find the
Although
time.
bearing in
Friend
mind
in
my
every
problem
port
is that
means
I
you can
betrayed a
create
friend.
a contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be like a grifter you used to know that sort of settled here because it's such a nice place to live.
Works here to that's Shanaz, isn't it? A grifter I know who.
Well, not if it depends on the level
Well,
of
that's a
grift, doesn't it? If
deadly
you're working with
insult
like
It's all
yours,
a grift, mate. It's all a grift.
yours could be a short con man who's just pockets the occasional tenner that he finds on people's pillows. Have a bit of it.
Well, I imagine it's quite an easy job, isn't it? You just have to have patience and whatever somebody wants, you can probably get anyway. So just obsequiousness and off you go.
Yeah, so you can find a useful contact in a new place. The contact can protect you, lend you gear, vouch for you with the local rulers. GM gets 1 darkness point per use, 1 use per session for the whole group, not once per PC.
See, because Shanaz is most likely to be able to hobnob with people and make friends just anyway. I'm probably in a situation where I don't have anyone to tap into unless I kind of pull something like that and say, there's someone who works here in administration.
Can you flip our butler guy into that
Yeah,
contact?
I beg your pardon.
I imagine that Silsilla's done things like this. If I really was a pilot who had random soldiers attached to me for a few weeks, drive around doing things. Yes, okay, I saw your face. It's okay. I'd probably learn to make friends with him over a game of cards or something like that. So they're a bit like with our initial people that really were going to kill us all once we finished transporting them around. I either learn that from the vibe or sort of bring them around to my side.
Yeah, so you can either I think between the group you've got what is it, stationary plebeian and noble kind of connections that you could use the talent for. Kind of went down that, so it depends.
Yeah, it probably makes more sense then if Silsilla, because I'm actually fresh escaped, and the only person I know who might be out here is probably someone who wants to kill me.
There's the potential, if you worked in Algol, you could bump into someone you might not realize because they've had their tattoos lasered off, and then you go,
You sure?
oh, as they lay down your
You're the guy I screwed over to escape.
grilled aubergine. We worked shifts in that mine for
Yeah.
but the face, dude, what's happened to the face? And they're like, later. Shut the hell up, later.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. There'll be somebody we can.
I think we'll do Silsilla roaming pilot with soldiers attached to him.
Okay. So we want to make a non-fancy contact. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think our concierge butler is perfectly fine.
You want to make them your friends?
That's okay with Yusuf and Shanaz.
Um,
Because it doesn't involve us leaving or talking to anyone else that we haven't spoken to yet. Because there's surveillance everywhere, and there's nothing to say that the guy from the sculpting clinic isn't watching a camera waiting to see who we talk to. So the guy that's already here seems good.
I mean, they don't work for
Well, I
the
understand
resort.
that, but there's connections and favors and money, so
Yeah,
influence, if you
they
will.
don't work for the resort. And if it ever got out, I just realised my pen is invisible. Look.
Oh, that's cool.
And if word got out that they were selling like that kind of information, the resort was selling that to the people there, that would be bad business. So Shanaz is very certain that there is nobody other than the place watching you, and this is somebody who pays rent to them to have their labs on the resort. So they probably won't.
All right, well, group choice. I don't mind. We can pick the butler guy. We can pick somebody else. What do you guys want?
Like, I'm also going to ask, what is the purpose of using the talent on them? What do you need from?
What we're saying is, are there interesting people here? Or are there strange things going on here? Someone who actually works here,
Oh, okay.
you know, the people working in the place know all the shit that's going on.
They'll have their own.
They hear all the
like,
stuff from all the other people.
space
whereas,
WhatsApp
like,
chat. So yeah.
Yeah.
If you've seen the original series of Battlestar Galactica, not the remake from a couple of years ago, there's that whole is there a giant insect hive underneath this place that is eating people and putting them in pods? And do we have to go and rescue Cassiopeia?
Of course, yeah.
Shit
You
like
never
that.
know.
I'm just gonna.
Where's the vault and what's the code?
I mean, there probably is some kind of vault on this place if you wanted to heist it. Okay.
Some rich people like to travel around with all their gold, don't they?
Yeah, all their minerals and fancy shit.
Or
and...
watches, or sports cars, or
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
a vault of sports cars. That would be cool.
I'm just really proud of you for not prying up any of the flagstones in the lobby so far.
It's a bit obvious. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm 22 years old, but I'm not that stupid.
He is wondering where they have the spare ones.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna we need to give our person a name then. Decide what we're gonna call them, because they don't have a name.
Can he be Basil?
Basil.
Would it be
Z.
Basil, wouldn't it?
Basil.
With
It'd
a
be
Z,
Basil.
All right.
Yeah.
It's Basil.
I am quite proud that I guessed why that guy was here. I didn't know that, but I was just like, is this yes plot?
Yeah, it's good.
That's the only thing I have.
All right. So there is a montage, or like he comes back with this very fancy bottle of brandy. It's got like, you know, a special presentation case and a small chiller for the glasses, because you have to have the glasses at a certain temperature to drink. You know, like when the reps tell you the perfect serve, they don't do anything other than the perfect serve here. Why would you? That's how you're supposed to drink it. So yeah, he comes back with this little like trolley. It's got this presentation case of brandy on, a small chiller, some special coasters, the best sort of tasting fruits to go with it to amplify the experience.
Quats.
Yeah, everything like that. And Silsila and Yusuf like set upon him to get him drunk.
No, I think what maybe we decide together, but
Like, let's go.
no, we can start with.
There's a lot of euphemisms going on tonight. What's going on?
Yeah.
Can you flip him?
I mean,
we can get him to taste it to, you know, prove it's fine.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
can just ask him, you know, maybe this bit's poisoned, and then as he started to get a bit drunk, we'll just like include him in the like pouring
Yeah,
things
yeah,
out. And then I'll insist on playing a game of cards that it only works with X amount of people.
With
That
with
means
3
he has to
people.
play.
Yeah.
And then we'll just keep topping up the glasses as we go.
That's
Okay.
cool.
all right. So yeah. In the end, his name is Basil. He's been here since he was 14. He's now probably about 20. He's just a bit younger than Yusuf, kind of thing. He's very, very enchanted by the idea of owning his own spaceship, but obviously that's never going to happen because he works here. He just
Like Silsila.
yeah, you know, all that kind of stuff goes on.
I just like ripping open that bag of sweets and throwing them out.
Yeah. And yeah, he's just in when he gets a little bit drunk, you know, he's never actually had this much of the brandy before. He only ever has small tastes and that stuff. Some really great food and that kind of stuff, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, like whatever the gifts were, I'll just chuck them in the middle of the table and we'll play cards around them.
Yeah. like for the sweets and stuff. I bet you
Oh,
got
yeah,
some
yeah.
weird stories though, right? Yeah, got
Uh,
some like weird stories. Surely, come on,
Oh,
come on.
but I signed non-disclosure. Like,
Well,
I
look,
can't
so do
talk
we.
about
So
them.
we're not going to share it anywhere. We're all under NDA. So
I'll spell that out in
and
sweets.
it occurs to him. He's like, yes, Madam
we're
Chanel.
here, so we can't talk about what goes on here.
Oh,
So, but you can tell us because we're not allowed to tell anybody else.
yes, yeah.
Well,
Well,
show us Chanel's t-shirts.
Chanel's t-shirt.
Shebang.
Um,
I've changed mine. What's going on?
Well, I don't know whether it's like there are a lot of arguments around a lot of the auction houses we hold here about providence of the things they bring.
Some
people
dodgy
ever-
relics.
Yeah, do two people ever bring the same thing? And they both say
No.
mine's the real one.
No, but we sometimes have arguing academics, and they're the worst. Like you think, like
Yeah, we know.
the media people are the biggest divas on the horizon, but these academics, you can't even house them in the same arm as each other. Like we have to know, and you have to work with the other concierge to make sure that they don't cross each other when they're going to like meetings and that kind of stuff. It's such
More
hard
drink.
work. Yeah, that kind of stuff. What else does he sort of
Any like, you know. I'm being, a bit drunk and like, come on, scandal,
I mean,
naughty things. Any fights?
no.
No?
Like, no. They're not very good at, like, I think the fighting's in like the words and the shouting at each other and
Yeah,
that kind
sure.
of stuff, but not fist fights and that kind of
Shouting
stuff.
at each other. Who's shouting at each other?
Some of the rich people who come. Oh, we had some people who came from Coriolis. There was something that went on a little while ago, and a lot of folks came to just stay over. Different people were shouting at whose fault it was that other people were being sent home and that kind of stuff. The orderlies had to come and separate some folks, and they were in one of the restaurants. It was quite embarrassing. Like,
Some of those pariahs hanging around.
not anymore.
Sure.
Although, and then
I mean, they're killjoys anyway, aren't
he
they?
leans
So
forward and he goes, "Pariahs never come to Kalahari.
Ah.
Never." Yeah, that kind of stuff. We have some of the Church of Icons. They have stayed. Some of the big preachers, mega preachers who have their own planets and that kind of stuff.
Have your own planet.
mega preacher.
Yeah, you know
Wow.
where they have the massive congregation and all the donations come in, and then they.
Make money off of the poor, hardworking people. Anyway, yeah, it sounds great. It sounds great.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
actually, those guys are ninjas.
do the order.
Mega
of,
preachers.
No, they're security guys.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, the order.
Oh, yeah.
They have to do very physical training and then very high, like hand-to-hand combat and stuff. They train every morning together in one of the.
have you done any of that?
No, I've done basic self-defense. We have to do some of that.
Surely one of them does a class or something you can join in.
Yeah, you can join in for health. And like if you're getting too close to your maximum weight, you obviously have to attend more classes and so you can still keep your job.
Oh, okay. You've got to stay under a certain weight to keep your
Well,
job.
Yeah, to present the right.
Okay.
You got
Cool.
to. So
Cool.
you know,
That sounds like bollocks, but okay.
Yeah.
for the
I mean,
aesthetic, eh?
I stayed under that weight by them not feeding me. But anyway, I'm still as I'm getting drunk,
You're
more and more
getting
drunk.
more
I'm getting a bit
into it.
surly, and
Yeah.
it's like
It was,
leading me into my
Opor
rebellious.
Chic, I believe it was called.
All right. So
By the way, are those ninjas any good at the arcade games? Because it's kind of boring beating myself.
they don't play the game. We don't do the things you do. I mean, I tried the mud bath earlier. It's very safe. And I did some swimming earlier. You're French. They're very good at swimming.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen anybody so quick.
Yeah.
and they can hold their breath for a very long time.
They practice every day.
Yeah.
It's mental focus and physical stamina. It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
And gills.
And gills.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't necessarily have any like big gossip to sort of share. But they will, like, if you want them to find out something specific, or you want them to go off and get names, or they want you to introduce you to somebody, they will like do that for you. They're essentially your, more than just your staff member now. They're a friend of sorts. If you need, or if you need something like slightly interesting, they're very able to, something that they go and put on the inventory as cake.
They'll
1,500
kill people for us?
maybe.
Cake or death?
Cake or death. So we have this card game. We do this. We sleep in the morning. Some of us don't get up because there's an empty bottle of brandy next to the fountain, and a perfect served setup. Eventually, when we do get up, and we do have some sort of breakfast or something, Adia comes and sits down next to you. And they've got a tabula, which is, you can see, connected to the ship. And they're like, "You okay?"
Oh, I was a pasha by night, but once again, I'm a miner in the morning.
Oh. I have no sympathy for you, friend. That's self-inflicted.
Oh, hey, you got to pay for the evening. It's fine.
I mean, a good swim will sort you out. You coming? I'm going to go back to that deep immersion pool they have here. It's great.
Yeah, it's not fair. I gotta go lie in some mud. But what were you gonna say to me before?
And
Is there any of that Bucks Fizz left over?
Probably.
It's just got the right mix of vitamin C and fizz to get
toast or something.
And as I am about to drink it, I like throw it across the room.
But yeah, they've got a tabula that's linked to the ship. The cadet, and they say, "Look, we've come here. Something has triggered a direct message to the ship, but it's not coded to any of the current crew."
What?
Well, it's coded to Nur. There's no Nur on the roster.
Oh,
yeah, she's
you need to talk to the boss. I'll point Silsilla. I'll like literally poke Silsilla in the face.
I just
like,
giggle and like
yeah,
that's the other part owner.
Silent partner. Was that the thing you said to me?
Yes, one of those.
Okay, well, a private message has come for Nur from the planet.
Which planet?
The one the moon orbits.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sure. Do you want to tell me
let's
what
have
it
a look
is
at
and
it.
I'll let her know.
Well, I could break into it. I could try to if anybody's good at a better data gin than I am. They might get there quicker, but it could give me a day or so.
I mean, that's not really our bag. We just,
I know some stuff, but right now it's kind of behind a blaring white light. So I can give it here. Okay. And I'll like
they slide the tabula across the table.
I'll data gin it. I assume I've got like a dice penalty because I'm hungover or something.
You can give yourself a penalty.
Yeah, I'll give myself a penalty because I'm,
consummate role player.
2 successes.
Yeah, pleasantly surprised. I had 4 dice, not bad.
All right, so takes a little while. There's some time. Adia brings you over like some water, and maybe Silsilla goes and gets you like some toast and stuff. There is like this kind of little bit of a
the fizzy thing in the water.
The fizzy thing in the water. You want champagne in the water?
No. The plunk fizz.
Oh, okay. All right. So they come back with plunk fizz in the water. Basil is also like, oh, okay. No big problems today, please, friends.
We're gonna do our new handshake as this kind of
No big problems.
without thinking about it. Like
This is your itinerary kind of thing, plunk fizz, sort of stuff. And you spend a little while. It's like a nice hour or so of trying to work around this encoding. There's obviously like a password or an encryption here that is very personal. It's not sort of taking out the regular sort of things.
Swordfish.
Yeah, swordfish. Yeah, absolutely that. And when you open it up, it's a video message. There is, the thumbnail is of an oldish woman, shocking white hair, kind of braided down the side, and she's got like this dirty orange-looking jumpsuit on. You go.
Still. Like whack it.
Okay, yeah, I'll stare intently at it. Yeah.
I don't think Silsilla recognizes who she is.
Okay.
So we hit play, and like the face that was up close kind of thing leans back to like a normal distance. Some information.
Oh, it's a boomer.
Yeah. Well, no, they've linked forward to press go on the tabular. Forward. Be nice. She leans back. A bit of data kind of streams across the bottom. This was taken probably about the same time you folks were having a party on Sky City. So it's back at the start of the year.
Yeah.
She is in some sort of shack or house. It's quite dark behind her, and she leans back, and she's like, sweetie, I didn't expect you to come here, but I also guess I kind of did because I'm making this message. Look, I didn't mean to run away. Things got a bit weird on the rescue mission. I think they sent me to smuggle people. Not normal people, not slaves, like people with the powers. Look, I met some folks, and they gave me a ship, and I just had to take it because if I didn't do the job, they'd come back and get me. Look, you probably know all this. If you found this message, you probably know all this, and you're trying to find out where I am. Look, I'm following up on some things that are probably going to get me in a lot of trouble. But I think the syndicate are in further than just smuggling people. I think they're doing some dangerous stuff for dangerous people. I think they're from much further away than anybody really understands. Look, sweetie, just stay on Coriolis. Stay safe. I'll come back eventually. I love you. I've put some data in here that should unlock the bank accounts and things. Stay safe. And then she leans forward and switches it off.
I'll play it again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I missed half of that. Like smuggling. What the fuck? What? Who?
Smuggling sweeties?
Who?
Yeah.
Okay. So like,
where is Shinaz? We need Shinaz at this point. Like, do we know who this person is? Like, are we allowed to just get our ship and fly around the moon?
You want to just leave and go and check out the moon?
I'm asking Basil.
Basil is like, you're not prisoners here. If you want to go out, you can go out.
Like you're flying
I mean, are you checking out, or are you just going on?
No,
a-
no, no.
Oh no,
cruise?
but let's just
Going on an excursion.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
do
can
we
do that.
have
We can.
the ability to message Shanaz or not? Have you taken all those things away?
No, you can contact everybody. The only
Alright.
thing that you're not allowed to have in
Guns.
the resort is weapons.
Okay.
So
That includes
no,
the sword, I
no
assume.
mercurium swords, no duty gun bam pistols, no Molotov cocktails, no big wrenches that you can beat people up with.
Damn it.
But if you
Shove
get
them all under the bed again.
if you get back on your ship and leave the moon, leave the resort, you can do what you want with them, and then
Cool.
come back and.
Let's just
I'm
message Shanaz.
I'm just gonna be like, who's no? Do we? Have we? I'm just really confused.
We can ask the ship's computer if it recognises her. But anyway, our message Shanaz: road trip, smuggling people who are rich. Come find out. And I'll say, no. People smugglers who are rich. Come and find out.
Is this the group chat?
Yeah,
Group
yeah.
WhatsApp. I'm
I'm
gonna be
not
like
typing it. I'm just talking into it instead.
MYST ... smugglers.
Oh,
Really
subtle.
subtle. Really
Yeah.
subtle. I'm really hungover.
Well,
Sorry.
And now a song from Pete.
Yeah, some
Oh,
Quinocles again.
Aquinocles.
I don't know. It could be
Don't.
Vidar Tome Finder if he ever finishes his song.
It's for the final episode, so we can walk off to the walking
To the
song with the
walking
dwarf.
song.
Yeah, I got to write it yet, but anyway.
just pay someone on Fiverr. It would be better. Not because you'd be bad, but it means
Oh
you don't have to
no,
make any
I'm going to
effort.
record something,
Oh, okay.
and then it's going to get played.
Okay. Well,
I've said that now, haven't I? Shit.
You have indeed. It is live on the internet. So that's the same as a contract now, Pete.
Yeah, the internet is truth. Everybody knows
It
that.
is. So I guess Chanel gets
Someone
the
clip it
message,
quick.
or some kind of garbled shite from the hungover people.
That is a
Wow.
message from you too.
Yeah. All right. I need to go. One sec.
Yeah, so we sort of fill in Shanaz. Shanaz takes a moment to watch the video as well. This old woman, shocking white hair braided over her shoulder. She obviously knows this person quite well. You get the idea that this is perhaps a parent or somebody who's at least had that kind of role.
Did the previous crew of the ship leave us any recordings about their shenanigans?
I don't
Because this is
think
the same ship, isn't it, as season one's
Yeah.
crew used?
Yeah.
it's the same ship all the way through.
But like we've come across people persecuting mystics and
That's
putting
true.
them in facilities and all
Mhm.
that weird shit going on, and that was all pariah stuff, wasn't it?
It was related, yeah.
Like that base, that thing that was on fire where we ran in and we found the files about the mystics. That was pariah, right?
Yeah, that was the Samaritans who
Yeah,
are part
the
of
Samaritans, yeah.
Order of the
And the
Prayer,
two of you want to check this out. You want to go and have a look around the planet, see if you can find anything?
I'm not sure why we're looking around the planet. I'm massively hungover as well, so I'm kind of.
I
like,
can see
mean-
that.
I think the initial response from Silsilla is "Let's go fly somewhere and check it out."
I think,
It's
yeah.
like, what are you checking out?
But it's
Like,
kind of a knee-jerk reaction.
I think he assumes it's come from somewhere nearby.
Yeah. It could be worth it. You might find something with scanners or
When I did my data gin,
Mhm.
did I get anything about like how long it took the information to download, which would give us an idea of the bit rate and
It's
whether
got
it's coming
it's
from
got
far
like the
away or-
creation date and it's geotagged. So
Okay.
like
Okay, so you
like,
could check the geotag and find out where it came from.
Okay, fine. If it's
And-
got
It is-
geotag, then
it is coming from it was sent from or held on like a server
Mhm.
somewhere down on the planet. You kind of
the planet that the moon is orbiting.
the planet below.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
It comes from the closest habited place is a a little location called Aram's Ravine.
Aram's Ravine. Okay. We are going to Avril Levine.
Avril Levine, yeah.
And I will fix this issue with our biosculpting friend.
Cool.
Um,
Sure you don't want to come along for crazy shenanigans?
Not if there's going to be running and dirt,
Sweating.
and things like that. You're both much better suited to that. I can do everything a lot better from here, I think. I've got some reading I need to do, a few people I need to talk to in quiet rooms.
Sure. I mean, we'll all have our thing.
Specialities.
Yeah.
Specials of
Oh,
Basile
That
comes in
brandy
like
was really good, but
specials
God,
of the day. I've got the specials of the day.
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you called.
No.
Okay, I'm just over here drinking water.
It's need toast.
Yeah, I can get plenty.
No, you need something that will soak up the
Toast.
alcohol. You need
I need
bacon,
6 rounds
eggs.
of toast. No, grease and drippy.
Full alcohol, that's what you want. Okay, yeah. we're
Full
gonna
alcohol.
for
You
breakfast.
need oils in your system.
Because like
Algol spelt toast. It's the thickest bread you can find
okay.
Is it dwarf
with double
bread?
strength Marmite.
Yeah.
Like you
Oh,
turn
yeah.
bacon down, but you want double strength Marmite.
Oh yeah, Exo Marmite, bring it on.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
despite the class differences, I thought we'd be able to get along, but
I
but
mean,
that might be a step too far. That's almost as bad as Musaa Kula.
like, are those tattoos like convicted of Marmite use?
That's why I'm never having them removed.
Okay, so Silsila and Yusuf are gonna go and find
Check
out
out
where
Aram's Ravine.
Aram's Ravine.
Oh,
Um,
is Shanaz not coming with us?
Shanaz is gonna stay and deal with
Politicking.
Politicking.
Yeah, I'm going to politic.
Do you want Adia and Kirsch to come with, or are they gonna stay here and relax?
Offer them the choice.
Well, they're NPCs, so you tell me.
Should we take Kirsch and Adia can do their swimming?
Yeah, sure.
They had been like super up for the swimming,
That is true. That is true.
whereas Kirsch, I'm sure if we like get shot by something, could help us fix the engine. And probably once the ship running, check the ship out, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right, yeah, that sounds cool.
And was there some sort of like didn't Silsila want to check like the ship? Did they recognize the registry on the ship if they recognized the picture?
Yeah, if the ship would recognise the person, yeah.
Yeah, do a bit of face recognition.
It's like
Yeah.
a previous owner or something like
All
that.
right,
'Cause,
like does this person have permissions on the ship?
Yeah, like they must
Reverse
have
image
face
search on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
recognition. Yes.
Um.
Even if he has no idea how to do that, just play the video and then go up to the door cameras. And
Yeah,
say,
just
"Hey,
hold
open."
up to the door cameras, that kind of stuff. All right.
To be fair,
So-
he does have a tech of 3, so he'd be able to. Do
You would
things.
be able to work that kind. All right. So as we'll end because it's 11. My voice is now disappearing. Right. So we end with Silsila taking a screenshot of the thing to put into the ship, kind of thing. It comes up, yeah. Personnel ID, Captain Sabitha, original, third owner of the ship. Last command was ship lockdown at docking in Net on Coriolis some years ago. 3 years ago, I think.
Cycles.
3 cycles ago. Just before the rescue mission to the Ghazali
Oh.
happened. Just before then. Yeah, Abitha.
Sabitha.
Okay then.
I like that name.
Good name. I like Sabitha. Yeah, so it's Sabitha, the original captain of the, well, not the original because the ship's actually quite old, but the third captain of the ship, who left it in Coriolis a long time ago. Yeah. Next week we'll no doubt get up to shenanigans. We'll find out what politicking is happening in this just relaxation resort. And
that's us, just taking a couple of days off and chilling out
and getting involved in shiz.
You had a day off.
We did.
Had an evening of...
Well, you had a day off. I figured that the amount of electrolysis and tasing that my skin probably had to go through just to get it back up to standard probably counts as work.
Yeah, there was no relaxing there. It was very... Practice your meditation phase.
We saved you some sweets, by the way.
Cool.
I
bet you think you saved me some sweets, but then you got drunk and passed out, and Kirsch was let loose. On
I don't think he managed to save it.
Are we allowed to give Kirsch chocolate?
She's not like a canine.
I know.
Everything. I've tried everything. I have decided this is the best food. Yeah, and now that's all they eat. Cool. Thank you very much for playing Coriolis with me. What day are we on? Tuesday.
Much fun.
Tuesday.
All day.
Tomorrow is Wednesday. And I was
Age of
about to say
Sigmar.
Warhammer Wednesday.
Which is still appropriate.
It's still
Yeah.
appropriate.
Age of Sigmar, Warhammer.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Wigmar.
I saw that.
Yes.
Rog was commenting all the songs on the YouTube, or like combat scenes and everything. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
So Age of Sigmar is still aging on Wednesdays. Tired folks.
Like every time that Age Sigmar is slightly older, very
Yeah,
accurate.
he's just 6 months older this time. And then so that's on Twitch. And then where Thursdays.
The One Ring.
Oh, cool! Yeah, statue rubbing and songs and journeys and everything.
Yep.
There were
Bows
some
and
lovely
arrows.
statues in the resort. Actually, I meant to say that. Bows and arrows. The one ring.
Oh yeah, we just got dropped into a horrible hole in the ground where we're being attacked by a giant underwater centipede octopus.
Oh
monster.
yeah, that giant monster. Yeah, that's fun. We got
Nice.
dropped into there by a black Numenorian, didn't we?
Because he thinks it's going to finish us off.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, ha 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 ha.
My evil plan, ma.
And I'm standing there.
Cuddle.
I'm standing there with a big lantern and an axe, going, "Come on, you bastard!"
Beautiful. And the Forest of Fear continues.
It does,
Forest
yes.
of Fear.
Fearfully in the forest.
Part of the Winter of Fear.
Indeed.
Which is the Modifius Achtung Cthulhu, which I have spent a whole afternoon creating a unique podcast feed for. So all your actors.
And they did a lovely tweet for us today to say
Oh,
that
excellent.
episode 1 is now on YouTube.
Excellent. Thanks, Modifius. But do tune in for that if you can, because there's freebies and stuff. All kinds of prize draws. And
Like proper hardbound books
like
and shit.
physical
Like
stuff.
not just like PDF. There's some PDF stuff, which is great, but there's some proper books.
proper books.
And I think the finale prize is like,
Proper sexy.
ooh.
It's an actual shoggoth.
An actual sugar. a pet Cthulhu for
Yeah.
your home.
No. Summon is the spell you learned long before control.
yeah.
You are the pet for the Cthulhu, I think. You got to read the wording.
All right, we're getting silly now.
Ow.
We've been silly since about 9 to be honest. So that's Thursday. We're doing more One Ring and then more Achtung Cthulhu. Are we having a rest on Friday?
Nope, Sky Pirates.
Aha. Oh, sorry, I should say, ha ha.
Arr.
Yeah, D&D Sky Pirates.
Cool.
Lewis, me, Aldun, Nye, rescuing Aldun. Although he might be a self-rescuing Aldun
Probably.
by then. We shall see.
Zankini.
But if not, there's teleporting lightning bolts coming to rescue him.
Awesome.
My character
How
has
do the
many
lightning bolts
dimensions.
rescue him?
Well, they're kind of attached
They
to
won't
me.
want him, and you
Oh,
can
okay.
just go and pick up the corpse and revive it.
Nice.
That's true.
Yeah.
Again, there was a lovely comment on the YouTube, like that we love folks do. They loved our 5e on Goblag. Well, recently.
Yep.
Thank you, folks who keep commenting on the YouTubes with nice things. Nice
Yeah.
If you while I'm mentioning it, we have loads of stuff on YouTube, not just what's current, but everything lives there. And there's loads because I was looking at it earlier. There's loads.
Loads.
Just everything from this to
That
and the other stuff.
Rifts.
Rifts is on there. That was an adventure. But
That was crazy.
Yeah, from the crazy to the serious to the sublime. All over on the YouTubes. And if you do go and visit them, please do the thumbs and the bell and the comments and the likes and the stuff because it helps. It helps. And yeah, for a more sensible answer, come and join on the Discord because people are talking more sense than I am right now. I think
I'm not sure.
since when?
I think the lemsip has worn off, folks.
I think it has.
But yeah, come join us on the Discord, which will save my voice, and all the links are there for everything, and you'll get updates on when we're live and what's good to eat all around the world, and a GIF war.
When we're live, what's good to eat? Great.
Yeah, it's brilliant Discord. It's like so.
Yeah, it's great fun.
So diverse, but also lovely folks talking about.
It's all.
RPGs
What also is
stuff.
good is it's not like hammering 400,000 messages every second. So
it's
good pace to it. There's a nice chat.
Yeah.
There's lots, plenty going on, but not too much.
But yeah, do come and join us on Discord and find out more sensible ways that I've tried to tell you things now. And so on that note, as I into the microphone, I'm gonna press a button and we're gonna go away, and you can come and say hello to us on the Discord instead. Bye, folks. Bye.